Last time on Conmins, 'cause we love it.
To have fun.
Definitely, yeah.
And now the continuation.
What's your name, miss?
My name is Raven.
Of course. And what did it take to put together your costume?
It takes 2 months and a very good friend who know how to manage a needle, and also a lot of help of my friends and myself because we like comic books, and of course I like the magic world, and Raven is perfect for that.
What did it take for you to put together this costume? Because it looks extensive.
We've been working on it since April, near the end of April, and a lot. I mean, we sculpted all the pieces, created our own molds, and cast all of the armor in plastic in our own home, which was a disaster for most of the time. And I mean, it's not even really complete. We have pieces that we're still working on, so. I have a sonic cannon at home that's not quite finished yet.
Like a helmet, for example?
No, actually, we always had a vision that it would be an in-transition costume. I'm a little torn up here right now, but it's kind of pixelated as it's growing up my face, and one contact is in, the other one's not.
What are you dressing as today?
I'm dressed in shironuri. It's Japanese underground fashion, and I'm inspired by this artist, shironuri artist. Her name is Minori, and yeah, that's what I'm dressed like.
How long did it take to put all this together?
Like the making of the headpiece or just the makeup?
All the costume together.
I just put this together in a weekend, honestly.
Was it difficult to putting all the pieces together for the costumes?
No, actually, because it's really cheap. You know, you just have to find a short dress, kind of clown wig, and the hardest part was the makeup.
Yeah.
Because we had to find a special color cream.
Don't forget any spot.
Yeah.
And by the way, the cream is called Cream Color for Makeup Professional, as I use it. It's like a sun lotion. It's really creamy, but after a few minutes, it's drying, and it's cool like that.
What are your names?
I'm Mary.
And I'm Michelle.
And what is it about these characters from Lord of the Rings that made you want to put so much work and effort into your costumes?
Well, because ever since I saw the movies, I was a young child, and I hadn't been con going until I was in my teenage years, and it finally became something that we could afford to do. So later on, now I'm in my 20s, so now I have the money, and this is the result. But it was mostly the engineering of her and my other flatmate. So.
Yeah. Well, at first I didn't want to do Legolas. Funny enough, I wanted to do one of the Hobbits because, they're adorable. They were my favorite character as a child. Bilbo was my favorite character. But if you thought it'd be fun if we did a trio, like Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, we don't have our Aragorn today. We're going to have him for Anime North. And so, actually today we came just to meet John Aston, which is a pretty big thing for us. Ever since we're 10 years old. So yeah, Legolas, why not? I always loved him. I always loved elven characters, so why not say no to elves?
What did it take to put all the costume together?
Oh, it takes a lot of time. It's all homemade. Well, the hardest thing to find was this, the tabard. I don't know if it's a good word. Anyway, and it's not finished yet. I plan to improve it a lot in the next month. Next year it will be greater.
What did it take to put this costume together?
A lot of effort and patience, because I'm mostly a prop girl. I like making armors and all, and it was mostly sewing, which I'm not as used to do. So I put a lot of effort because I wanted it to look nice, and I wanted to give a more historical look to the costume than exactly what's in the movie. So it was a bit more of a challenge, and it was a lot of time for the wig because I have over 60 hours because I made it almost from scratch because I had to put out 2 wigs, kill them totally, and remake a new wig, recurl everything, change some colors for some highlights. It was really a lot of work, plus just the wood. Just for example, my bow I hand carved everything here, and it's 16 hours of wood carving with chisels. So yeah, it's a lot of time, especially.
Sounds like a lot of time and effort that went into to make a really great costume.
Yeah, it always takes a lot of time because you put your love into the costume, you put your motivation. If you're not motivated, the costume won't look like you like it. If you love your costume, people will love it.
How have you been enjoying the Montreal Comiccon?
It's always nice to be at Comic-Con because there's a lot of different people, there's a lot of families. We always have super nice guests, so I always enjoy it a lot.
What's your name, sir?
Curtis.
And what is it about Cloud that made you want to make this costume?
When I was really young, it was the first game I've ever played. So Final Fantasy VII was the first game, so I figured when I went to Comic-Con I was going to be Cloud. I didn't read too much comic books, so I dressed up as him.
What did it take to put all your costume together?
To be honest, I had troubles finding like pieces. I made the sword out of cardboard and a broomstick, and for the rest of the costume I just ordered it online. So I kind of cheated. It's not really made.
Have you made any little children cry yet?
No, the kids I avoid doing the scare stuff with. I actually get down on my knees and, you know, like drop the axe and say like, yo, hi, you know, shake my hand, because I get it. You know, when I was a kid, things scarred me for life like this, and I don't know, I feel like you got to respect the kid a little bit and not scar him. I don't want some angry parents, you know.
What did it take to put together your costume?
In fact, I've searched some parts, I've made some, I've edited some. For this character, I haven't made a lot of stuff about the costume itself. It's more about the makeup work and the accessories work. For this costume, I haven't made a lot of work, but for other, I prefer to do everything since the beginning. Here, I haven't the need to do everything, so it depends on the kind of character I'm working on. For this one, it's not a good work for me, as I just do a few.
What have you been seeing and doing here at the convention?
Actually, this year and the past year, I was a judge in the costume contest, which is the masquerade. The year before, I was helping in the staff, and that's basically what I'm doing now. I'm judging the contests.
And with the contest, how is it hard to pick between all these great costumes?
Yes, it is, because you really have to put apart what you like as a series or other stuff, and you have to really focus on the costume, on the performance, not from your personal skills, but from what the contestants are able to do. And you have to make sure that you're targeting really specific stuff. Like, for example, you're in Masters, you have to make sure that the Master category is really better than the rest. You have to make sure that their sewing is perfect, their craftsmanship is good. When it's novice, you have to take in consideration that it's probably their first costume. They've never done that before. So, you know, it's really hard to judge, but that's why it's not only one judge. This year we were 6 with the special guests, Jessica, Nigri, Monicoli, and Kamui.
Are you excited for the upcoming Batman-Superman film?
Absolutely not. I absolutely hate Superman. So I prefer the Dark Knight version that we can see, especially in the Nolan movie. This is Batman. Superman, I know nothing to do with Batman. Batman is just about men. They are just men. All the heroes, all the villains are men. Superman is not a man.
So would you be interested now that to reboot the series, even though Chris Nolan is not attached?
Yeah, I prefer this than seeing with Superman and stuff. Okay, it should be something else. That's all. But in my mind, I prefer the version that we can see with Nolan version, the realistic version like this. I'm really fond of those one, and we can find some of those in comics, and I really enjoy those.
What's your name, sir?
Frederick.
And can you please tell our audience what is your costume?
My costume is actually, it's not from a comic book or video game. It was created by a Japanese artist. You probably won't see much of them around. They're called Sergals.
Mm-hmm. And was it an extensive build?
My girlfriend made it, actually. That's what she does professionally. About a month of solid work, yeah.
Have you been getting a lot of pictures taken with the attendees?
Actually, yeah, a couple. I actually did myself took some picture of other cosplayers, because when you cosplay, you somehow end up with no picture of yourself, because everyone takes picture of you and you don't have time to take picture of you or other cosplayers. But I think, yeah, I got a little bit of a success. I say the kids, especially with the kids, say, "Oh, look, it's a scarecrow," and sometimes I think I afraid one of them in the bathroom like yesterday, but I'll deal with it.
That is kind of odd seeing a giant villain walking into a washroom.
Yeah, exactly. This is. He was actually getting out of the bed clothes to say, "Oh, who's that guy?" No, you can go. You can pass.
And have you been spreading fear within the convention?
Actually, yeah, I took kind of by surprise. You know, it's just come watching the booth, and then the guys turn around and oh, it's a scarecrow, and and actually got a little bit scared because he wasn't expected to see a dark face with a smile.
Well, thank you very much for telling us, and enjoy the rest of the convention.
Thank you very much.